Welcome back, little dreamers. It's day 17 of our magical 30-day bedtime story challenge. Tonight, we have a very special story, a story about love, kindness, and the simple things that matter the most. This is The Princess and the Salt. Settle in, snuggle up, and let the story begin. Long, long ago in a faraway kingdom, there lived a mighty king.
Ho, ho, ho!
He had 3 beautiful daughters, Princess Maribel, Princess Celine, and the youngest, sweet Princess Alara. One bright morning, the king called them to his great hall. He stood before them, his voice echoing under the high arched ceilings. "My daughters, I shall not live forever. Today I ask a simple question: how much do you love me? Your answer will help me choose who shall inherit my crown."
Ho, ho, ho!
The eldest, Princess Maribel, stepped forward confidently. Her gown shimmered like 1,000 coins. "Father," she declared, her voice clear and strong, "I love you more than gold, for gold buys kingdoms." The king smiled, pleased with her grand comparison. "A fine answer," he boomed. Then Princess Celine, the middle daughter, glided forward. She was as graceful as a swan on a still lake.
Ho, ho, ho!
"Father," she said sweetly, "I love you more than diamonds, for they shine like the sun." The king was delighted. "Beautiful indeed," he replied, his eyes sparkling. Finally, it was Princess Alara's turn. She was gentle, honest, and very brave. She stepped up, her expression sincere. "Father," she said, her voice soft but firm, "I love you like salt."
Ho, ho, ho!
A sudden hush fell over the court. The king's smile vanished, replaced by a look of confusion, then anger. "Salt!" he roared. "A cheap, common grain. You dare compare your love for me to something so ordinary? Leave this kingdom at once." Princess Alara's heart broke. "But father, she whispered, tears welling in her eyes. But the king would not listen. "Go," he commanded.
Ho, ho, ho!
And so Princess Alara was banished from her home, sent away with nothing but her courage and her kindness. Years passed. Alara wandered through many lands until she found work in a distant kingdom. She became a simple cook in a bustling royal kitchen. Though she was a princess, she never complained. Instead, she poured her heart into her cooking.
Ho, ho, ho!
Everyone loved her food, for she cooked with patience, skill, and most importantly, love. The head cook would often laugh warmly and say, "Alara, your soup is perfection again." And Alara would smile contentedly, replying, "A good dish always begins with a good heart." One day, surprising news arrived at the castle. Trumpets announced the arrival of an important visitor.
Ho, ho, ho!
It was the king from Alara's own homeland, her father, now old and weary. He was visiting the kingdom where Alara worked, and a grand feast was to be prepared in his honor. The head cook turned to Alara. "Alara, you have the finest hands in this kitchen. You must prepare the king's special dish." Alara froze. Her heart beat fast like a drum. After all these years, she still loved her father dearly.
Ho, ho, ho!
An idea began to form in her mind, a way to show him the truth of her love. So she cooked a magnificent meal. It was a rich, warm stew, beautifully prepared with the finest vegetables and meats. It looked and smelled wonderful. But as she prepared it, she added no salt, not a single grain. That evening, the grand dining hall was filled with music and laughter.
Ho, ho, ho!
At the feast, everyone enjoyed their meals. The flavors were exquisite, the spices perfectly balanced. Everyone, that is, except the visiting king, he took a spoonful of his special dish, the one Alara had prepared, his face filled with confusion, then displeasure. "What is this?" he muttered. "This dish, it tastes like nothing. It has no life, no flavor."
Ho, ho, ho!
He beckoned to a royal guard. "Who made this?" he demanded. Alara stepped forward, her face hidden by a simple veil. She bowed humbly. "I did, your majesty," she said. The king frowned. "Why would anyone make such a tasteless meal for a king?" Alara slowly lifted her veil. The king gasped. His eyes widened in disbelief.
Ho, ho, ho!
"Because, Father," Alara said gently, "years ago I told you I love you like salt. Salt seems so simple, so common, but without it, even the grandest feast tastes incomplete." The king stared at his long-lost daughter, his face full of regret. "Alara, my child," he whispered, his voice trembling. "Forgive me. I was foolish. I did not understand." Alara smiled softly, her eyes full of love.
Ho, ho, ho!
"Now you do," she replied. The king rose from his chair and embraced his daughter, tears of joy shining in his eyes. "Come home, my princess," he said. "You are the truest of them all." And so, Princess Alara returned to her kingdom. She didn't return with jewels or gold, but with a love that is simple, pure, and essential.
Ho, ho, ho!
Just like salt, that very night, the king changed the motto of the royal palace to "Treasure the simple things, for they make life truly rich." The moral of our story is that sometimes the most ordinary things like kindness, love, friendship, and even salt are the ones we cannot live without.
Ho, ho, ho!
They may not glitter like gold or shine like diamonds, but they give our lives flavor and meaning. Always treasure what truly matters. Thank you for listening to today's bedtime story. This was day 17 of our 30-day story challenge. Sleep well, little dreamers, and may your dreams be rich with love and magic.
Ho, ho, ho!